praises to Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Wawakakodash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone. Salutations to all you true, sincere brethren out there, pushing out this purified truth, cleansing this wicked, defiled kingdom with this word, and to the rest of the church who believe as well. The water to Yahweh Shai, because without him, none of this would even be possible. So here's an article here, Mo Missouri CHIP. The CHIP stands for Child Identification Program. So if you're in the know, you would know what that sounds like. And really, this is subliminal messaging, so your conscious mind may not pick up on it so quickly if you're unlearned. But evidently, in a roundabout way, they're telling you that eventually the chip is coming. And the chip is going to be used to identify. Okay? All of your information through biometrics is going to be stored in this little chip the size of a grain of rice. Now, when you read through this article, they make it seem as if your children are not being tracked by GPS or anything like that. But let's just look into it briefly. Okay? Home, what we do, resources, request an event, calendar. I'm going to start down here first and just read the headline of each one. How to monitor your child's cell phone without invading their privacy. And that was posted September 10th of 2018. Back to school child ID update. That was posted August 28th of 2018. Mo Chip celebrated the safe return of Alyssa Mayer, 8 years old today. Posted August 13th of 2018. It can happen to anyone just that fast. Posted August 3rd of 2018. So what are they telling you subliminally? They're playing on the emotions of people. And it shows a little girl here, and evidently the hand of a grown man covering her mouth. So what I get from that is speaking of how anyone's child could be kidnapped just like that at any time. So Esau's trying to play on the minds of the people. Now going back up, this site is ran by Masons. Okay? That's why you have the letter G and the compass around it, which go into the male and the female, which also goes into as above, so below. So the Masons, they know about the RFID chip. Although they're not presenting the RFID chip to you on this page. But you have something known as the Noahide Law, which it's really being pushed by Masons, fake Jewish copycats. How eventually they are trying to bring back the guillotines and behead those who serve Yahweh Shai. Behead those who don't want to take the RFID chip. Let's click on what we do. Okay. What is Mo Chip? And the Mo, I believe, stands for Missouri. Missouri is about an hour away from where I live. You have brothers who teach out in Kansas City, Missouri. Kansas City is inside Missouri. I teach in Kansas, which is a state away from Missouri. What is Mo Chip? Mo Chip is a comprehensive child identification program, which is where you get CHIP, chip. Okay? Child Identification Program. Designed to give Missouri families a measure of protection against the ever-increasing problem of missing and abducted children. Mo Chip stands for Missouri Child Identification and Protection Program. The program uses an Amber Alert compatible computer disk to provide their child's critical information to the parents. Microchips are not used in the program. Come on. They're showing you right here that eventually the chip is coming. Okay? And who is to say that none of these children are secretly being implanted with the chip? Okay? Microchips are not used in the program. But yet, go back to the top. It's called Missouri Chip Child Identification Program. Then it says here, microchips are not used in the program. Because the chip is going to eventually be used in the program. Okay? And it is going to be presented to the world through a bunch of Masons, through a bunch of fake Jewish copycats, through the Noahide law and whatever other laws they have to present. Unjust laws. The parent is armed with a single pre-printed envelope that instructs authorities in the event of an emergency, something a parent in crisis would undoubtedly have trouble with, and a proactive measure to combat the time sensitivity involved in recovery. Within a matter of minutes, the MoChip CD can be loaded into a computer directly from a police officer's automobile and entered into the Amber Alert system. I'm going to read that again. Okay? Within a matter of minutes, the MoChip CD can be loaded into a computer directly from a police officer's automobile and entered into the Amber Alert system. So imagine when that chip is actually presented, and they actually do make the chip mandatory. They implement it and make it mandatory. You better believe that police officers will have the ability to scan a person, and all of that information will be entered into their Amber Alert system as well. Okay? Now this program is for children. They call it CHIP. Because why? Eventually, the RFID chip, which is the mark of the beast, is going to be presented to the whole world. Alright? Where was I at? Okay, Missouri Freemasons bring this program to communities throughout the state. And you know what's funny about the Freemasons? My grandfather on my mother's side, he was a Mason. I believe he was a high-ranking Mason, probably like a 32 degree or something like that. And I did not know he was a Mason. I didn't know anything about the Masons while he was alive. It wasn't until I was, studying the Illuminati, getting into secret societies and things like that, and I've had a conversation with my mother, and somehow it came up about some ring he had, and the initials were BPOE. And my grandpa had told her it stands for Best People on Earth. But I had to break it down to my mother after doing, deep research and things. I just came past those initials. Long story short, I have gave my information that I've, came up on to my mother and told her that he was actually something known as a Freemason. And they weren't necessarily good people. Now, when you first go into it, they tell you that as long as you believe in a God, everything's fine. They tell you when you first come in, little bits and pieces. They don't really get into the deep knowledge, into the wickedness that they do until you go up in the rank. Okay? Because really it's a secret fraternity. It's really a secret gang. They're like the mafia in a sense, but far bigger. Alright? Missouri Freemasons bring this program to communities throughout the state. The Missouri Masonic Children's Foundation, the sole sponsor, is working with local Masonic lodges to provide consistent and comprehensive MoChip events as part of their ongoing commitment to Missouri's children and families. This program is provided free of charge to every Missouri family who participates. How does it work? The program consists of 5 major components: digital photographs, digital fingerprints, child information and emergency contacts, dental bite impression, 2 laminated ID cards. We ask that all participants fill out a permission form to participate in the MoChip event. Parents or guardians then fill out the information collection sheet with information about their child. All information is voluntary. Save time prior to the event. Download and print out forms. Fill out one set per child. So all of this is just pretty much a beginning into what is to come, going into that RFID chip. This is just a test run. The digital photographs, digital fingerprints, and child information and emergency contacts are given to the parents or guardian of the child on a mini CD computer disk. So you have their biometrics on a mini CD computer disk. Now, I don't know if you brothers know anything about video games, but there was a system called the, I believe it was the Nintendo GameCube, and the video game CDs were these mini small CD computer discs. Okay? Now this CD looks about the same size of a GameCube video game disc. Okay? The information on the disc is compatible with the format required by the Amber Alert program. The dental bite impression provides an impression of the biting surface of the child's teeth, which, like fingerprints, are unique to each individual. That's biometrics, man. That's exactly what is going to lead to the mark of the beast. Biometrics. Okay? Esau is showing us what is to come. The chip is here. Okay? This is not the time to be asking who, what, when, where, why, and how. The shit is right here in front of your face, man. The men of the Lord, and you even have people outside of the truth bringing out that the RFID chip is indeed the mark of the beast. So they're starting little by little and they're building up to it. Okay? They're conditioning the people. So then, after it comes, it wouldn't seem like a big deal because you've already been subliminally being fed the RFID chip. The fact that biometrics and things are here, that is the beginning of leading to the RFID chip. Because then with that, Esau, he has control over everybody. But then Esau will feed you the dream of convenience. Everything being convenient. Okay? Where was I at? So yeah, speaking of a child's teeth, it's crazy how they can use a child's tooth or their teeth the same way you would scan your fingerprints. The same way a person would scan their retina or their face. And you have people who actually use biometrics on their phone. And I won't lie, I'm not innocent. I actually, with my iPad, I have it set to where I use one of my fingerprints to unlock my iPad. Okay, now it's not my index finger or my thumb, just to be more secure about it. But there's going to come a time where Esau is going to be like, you know what? We need everybody chipped. And it saves them a bunch of work. That way they can be as the Most High. Alright? And when that chip comes and when it's presented unto you, if you're an Israelite, you better forsake that chip. Okay? Let me pull out a scripture. This is the book of 2 Corinthians 4:4. In whom the God of this world hath blinded the minds of them which believe not. So many of our people are so blind, they don't even believe that the microchip is the mark of the beast. But it's here. Subliminally, Esau is getting people prepared. Okay? In whom the God of this world, being the so-called white man, Esau, hath blinded the minds of them which believe not, which is the 2/3. Lest the light of the glorious gospel of Mashiach, who the world calls Christ today, the anointed, who is the image of the power, should shine unto them. So our people, they want to forsake that light because they want to stay asleep. The light of righteousness is hurting their eyes. So they would rather believe a lie because the lie sounds far greater to them. It's more soothing. It's more comfortable. The truth, it's too much. I don't want to believe that. Okay? 2 Corinthians 5 and 7. Now I bring this out. Let's go back to the home page. They're trying to play on your emotions. It can happen to anyone just that fast. So Esau is trying to put it in people's minds, hey, look, with this chip program, we can make it to where your child is secure and we know where they are. But we're not using chips though. But secretly, we are going to use chips. Ha ha ha. You know, Esau's not going to come out and say that. Okay, Esau's a damn devil. This is a test run. It can happen to anyone just that fast. Let me hold this verse right quick and let me read a little bit of this. No one wants to believe it can happen to them. Not my family, not my child. But it can happen to any one of us. Any family, anytime. A MoChip supporter reached out to us last week in the wake of our statewide child ID event extravaganza on July 21st and shared her story. Though she gave her permission, we are protecting the family's identity. However, we can say they live in a moderate-sized town in Missouri. It is precisely why Missouri Freemasons devised the MoChip program. Because the chip is coming. The RFID chip is coming. It is right around the corner. Okay? You Israelites out there, you elect out there who may still be asleep, if you are, wake the hell up, man. Okay? That is why our master teacher, Elder Apostle Tahar, deemed this year to be the year of Charagma, man. That chip could possibly come this year. If not, hey, even next year. We're not going to put a time on it, but we know what time we are in. It's you stupid suckers out there, or suckers, I should say. I try to speak proper, you know, using my ers and things like that. Back in the world, I used to use more us than ers. But a lot of you suckers out there, you don't understand what is right in front of your eyes. You disregard the message. You're proud. You're boastful. Your unbelief is amazing. Okay? But we're still going to bring out these videos for the elect of our people. And a few people who watch my videos, I want to say, hey, Thawada, you know, the few people who watch my videos, you keep me wanting to keep making them. Okay? It is precisely why Missouri Freemasons devised the MoChip program and supported through volunteering their time and at no cost to Missouri families. I just wanted to take the time to say thank you from the bottom of my heart for holding this event and ensuring I have everything needed to act fast and accordingly if needed. Goes into convenience. I appreciate all the volunteers who donated their time to help keep my kids safe. First of all, if you want your kids to be safe, you got to depend on Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, which leads to the verse I wanted to pull out, 2 Corinthians 5 and 7. For we walk by faith, not by sight. So don't let Esau deceive you when that chip comes. Hey, with this chip, you know, we can put one in your child. You don't have to ever worry about your child getting lost. Who in their right mind would want their child to be lost or took from them? Come on. So Esau would try to use that on you, especially you women. Oh man, these women are going to totally lose their mind when all hell breaks loose, if they are not of the elect and give in to that chip. But for those who are sanctioned to be delivered, when that chip comes and is presented to you in that form, you have to walk by faith and know that Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai is watching your children. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai is watching and protecting your household. Not the RFID chip, Not this Mo chip program. Not Esau in any kind of way, or anyone else for that matter. Okay? Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, He watches after our children and keeps our children safe. And in order for you to understand that, you have to walk by faith, not by sight. 2 Corinthians 5 and 7. For we walk by faith, not by sight. And the people of this world, they walk by sight. And that's why when that chip is actually presented to them, they're going to take it. Okay? Because they're going to be deceived once Esau plays off their emotion. It can happen to anyone just that fast. Your child can be took just like that. Your child can get lost just like that. Okay? We want to keep your children safe. They didn't give you that Chris Rock smile. It didn't stab you right in the back, man. Cause you to get destroyed by the Lord, because eventually this is going to transform into that chip. Hence to why it's said at the top, Mo Missouri Chip Child Identification Program. They've been going for 10 years. Okay? Let's go to Proverbs 3. And 5. Trust in the Lord with all thine heart, and lean not on thine own understanding. Trust in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Don't lean on your own understanding and give in to the so-called white man when that chip is presented. This chip can help keep your children safe. Don't you want to make sure they're safe? Don't you want to make sure that nothing happens to them? They don't get kidnapped and lost somewhere? In all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy paths. And that includes your children, man. You trust in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, you have to have faith. You have to move by faith and not by sight, and to know that Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai will direct your children's path outside of the hands of a kidnapper, outside of the hands of a child molester, outside of the clutches of Esau, outside of the traps of the devil, man. The Lord can keep us from those things. We have to depend on Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, not no child identification program, not no RFID chip, okay? But Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Be not wise in thine own eyes, fear the Lord, and depart from evil. And when that chip is presented, you better depart from it, man. Even if you have to be a martyr, so be it. Because if you take that chip, you cannot repent. And I'll show you right now. Revelations 14 and 9. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the power, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels, and in the presence of the Lamb. And the smoke of their torment ascended up forever and ever. And they have no rest day nor night, who worship the beast in his image, and whosoever receiveth the mark of his name. So once you receive that mark of the beast, you are going to be burnt up in that ICBM nuclear fire. Intercontinental ballistic missile fire. Okay, that nuclear holocaust, man. You people are going to melt like hot wax if you take that chip. But for the elect, we know that Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai is going to see through that the elect get fed, that the elect are protected, and if they have to be martyred, they'd be the first ones risen up, which is far easier than having to go through them that nuclear fire by a long way. So I just wanted to, bring out this website. How I came across it, I was watching the Truth channel, some truther, and he did a lesson on it, so I decided to pick up on it. I saw it a few days ago, but I'm just now being able to get to it. So, Lord willing, this lesson was edifying through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Hey, the chip is here, and there are things showing you that this society is moving towards that chip. Even through subliminal messaging, you can see it. Okay, and if you know anything about the Masons, they are a bunch of devil worshippers, especially as they move up in rank, as they go up in degree. So, Lord willing, this lesson was simple and edifying. Kahala Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Shalom.